Good Friday morning, YouTube. This is yet another bald man building an airplane video. Section 29, Part 4. Everything leading up to this point has been about like getting the fuselage rigged together nicely so that all these holes on the bottom two skins line up really well. And this video is going to start doing some rivets in them. Not sure how many or what kinds of rivets, but it looks like, yes, there was a part that still didn't have sealant applied at the end of the ramp between where the skin overlaps, where the rear skin like tucks up under the ramp or something like that. So that needed some sealant in it first, but then it's onto the rivets. And I must have done something else with... No, I just threw the sealant out. Excellent. I'd also like to apologize if my last video seemed a little drunk. I was lacking oxygen in my lungs, had pneumonia, and decided to do a recording during that. So it goes. Yeah. So this part is... I think I said in the last one, it's not overly challenging. Some of them can be a little bit challenging. It's definitely easier with two people, especially as you get toward the middle. But the main ones, the main rivets that seem to hold the whole thing together, are Cherry Max rivets. This was the first time I think they are purposefully called out in the build, and maybe not. I swear I've talked about them in the past, but Cherry Max are a brand of rivet. They're pulled rivets. They have a steel mandrel in the center of them. They puff and squeeze just like any other rivet, but at the end of the day, the shear strength is higher on them because of the mandrel that's in the center. So since you're just holding two pieces of metal together in shear, like so they don't slide sideways or across each other apart, that makes them extra strong. So this is the fun part. I'm trying to determine which rivet puller to use. Again, this was like the first time I really used them, and these are bigger rivets than I had used anywhere else in the build. These are 5/32 Cherry Max rivets, so they were like extra big, so the stem was even bigger. Oh, I remember where I talked about them. I talked about them in my laser cut wing remediation build. That's where I was, because those were also 5/32. But technically, I did this first. I just put that video out first. So, timely, right? This was the interesting thing about this was that the rivets that they call for here seem to be a touch short, but not under spec, right? So you take the Cherry Max rivet gauge that you can sell, or the depth gauge, and you stick it through both skins and the lower drag fitting, and it shows that they are supposed to be this size. So you can use them there, but man, it is really, really close, and they don't look like they form perfect heads, but it's all about the spec, right? You got to believe that everything is done to spec on these things, and if the hole is the right size and the gauge says one thing and the rivet is the right size for that hole because the numbers on it are the right numbers, and it looks just about right, it's probably right. So it looks like I did not get a whole lot of riveting done in this one. I think there's like only 12 Cherry Max rivets on either side on the bottom skin here. But I ended up using the pneumatic puller because it works really well for those. So that's the end of this one. And my daughter is in the room, so she wanted to say the goodbye today.
Goodbye, thank you for watching my dad's airplane.